Hey everybody out there, my name is Tommy and this is my channel, Counting on the Big Sleep, and it is Sunday morning. Is it the 22nd, I think? 21st? Is it January, February, March? Yeah, this is March. I lost track of day. But we're over here sitting at the woods. Just worked an all-night shift and decided to come to the woods this morning, to enjoy the scenery. Here, I'll give you a little peek. Yeah, it's a beautiful sky. Nice, the sun's coming up and stuff. Nice lake, nice little breeze. It's supposed to be a little chillier today, but what can you do? But just look at it, it's just gorgeous. It's just a gorgeous fucking day. So today, not going to church today. I decided not to go to church. I'm looking for something different, I think, something a little different. A little interested in some of the other types of religions and stuff, and a little bit, curious about the earlier Christianity, Ethiopian Bible and stuff, Ethiopian church. Been looking into that a little bit. They got a lot more books, a lot more teachings and stuff, and Ethiopia is one of the oldest Christian countries. Is Ethiopia a country? Or I don't know. I'm not well versed. I don't know anymore. I can't think right now. I've been working all night. But yeah, I'm thinking about looking into that, see what they have to say for themselves and stuff. Or starting my own church, we call it Sluggo's all-encompassing church. Sluggo's all-encompassing church, and we'll accept, any religion that wants to come in and join us. What will we teach? I don't know. Teach alternative things, for example, cheating. Kids cheat on tests and stuff, and people cheat on life and everything. There is no such thing as cheating. It's an alternative way of winning, you could say. Stealing's not, stealing's a bad word, but it's another way to acquire stuff. And I got guys picking up garbage out here today. But yeah, we'll start our own freaking church, man. Probably, I would have to say either he works for the park. Yeah, I think he works for the park. But yeah, today's a gorgeous day out. We're in Illinois, my state, where I grew up. I also live right in Indiana. I live right on the border, so sometimes I can be in Indiana, and sometimes I'm in Illinois. I like being on a border. We can go back and forth because things are a little cheaper in Indiana. Like fuel and stuff. Not much, but it is a little cheaper, and food. Food is cheaper, a little cheaper in Indiana than it is in Illinois. So it's nice to be on the border right there. So today we decided, come on out here. It's my 2 days off. I get to enjoy a couple days, just away from everything, and just say thank God, man. Thank God I don't have to work any overtime or anything. I'm tired of working. 59 years old, man. Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm 58. I'm going to be 59 in a few months. And one step closer to the grave. One step closer to the grave. So I figured we'd come out here and enjoy ourselves. I gotta get some more stuff. Gotta stop at the local dispensary. Pick up a few things. I don't think they open up until 9 o'clock though. But But got my coffee, got a little bit of some doobage. Got a beautiful day out here by the lake. What more could you ask for? Well, you could ask for a lot more, that's for sure. Like, you could. But let's see. Nothing really good going on in the world right now. You know, everybody knows gas prices are going up and food prices are going up. Everything going up except for your paycheck. You know, and rent. Rent I've seen come down a little bit. You know, I've seen some deals out there. You know, not too bad. Oh. Ooh, the sun is hiding behind the clouds here. Look at that. Isn't that's fucking gorgeous. Who wouldn't want to see, like, I mean, that's a picture out of a Norman Rockwell, you know, painting and stuff, you know? Whoever, I don't even know if I even said that right. You know, I went to public school, so, you know, don't blame me if I get things wrong. But that's just gorgeous. Look at it out there. You know, see some ducks in the water early morning. It is probably around 7:30, 7:45 in the morning. You know, like I said, I worked all night. My day's off. Now I'm gonna party like it's 1999 for at least 2. You know, but just wanted to come on and say, hey, this channel's still alive. Still trying to figure, you know, things to post and stuff. No. But yeah, no, gas prices are terrible. Terrible. And I'm thinking that, what was it? $3.99? Yeah, around $3.99, almost $4 a gallon. It's probably gonna get higher. But you know, it's gonna probably get worse before it gets any better. You know, whether you like Donald Trump or not, that's, you know, I'm not gonna get into politics and stuff. You know, personally, I don't. You know, if I had to give him a grade, I would give him a D minus. I would give him a D minus. You know, I think my 4-year-old could probably run the country better. But I'm not going to argue with people and stuff, you know. It's not worth it. I mean, it's just not worth it, you know. Whether you like him or not, you know. He's the president, and this is the way things are. Not much you can do about it. You know, except for decompress, go someplace where it's nice, where you can relax and enjoy your day, you know. Days like these, you know, kind of make you want to sit outside and have a few cocktails and shit. And just enjoy the nice, you know, spring weather. You know, it'd be nice. Nice. But the winds are blowing out there pretty good. You know. Oh. But how is everybody out there? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're surviving. You know, looking into a few things, of course. You know, not sure what I really want to do. I've been kind of, you know, looking into like the Arizona area. I wouldn't mind going out there for a while. You know, and just crash. You know, if I had a better vehicle, I would. I'd go out there and, you know, hang out for a while. Save up a bunch of money, of course, before you go. You know, you're gonna need at least a couple grand, at least 3 or 4 grand. You know, if I was gonna move like that all the way out to Arizona, I would definitely want to have at least 3 to 4 grand. You know, enough to, you know, rent a room in a house, or, you know, or share an apartment with somebody for at least, you know, for a while until you found a job. I'm pretty sure I could find a job out there. You know. It's really, really hot right now, which I wouldn't mind. I've been out to Phoenix before when I was younger. I lived out in Phoenix for maybe almost a month, I think. You know, I was out there for a little while. I lived at the YMCA. I stayed out there. It was real cheap. You know. But I know there's a lot of homeless people out there and stuff, and you know, and the weather is pretty hot. So, and spring is here at least, so hopefully winter will be ending shortly, completely. You know, I will take a 110 degree day over a, you know, a 10 below day any day. I would take the heat over the cold. I would. That's just me. I like the heat. I like being by water. You know, enjoying the days and stuff. Well, that sun is starting to blare out again. You know, but another day. You know, at least I made it this far. So far, I made it this far. Just, you know, which is good. I gotta go pick up my son in a little while. He's having some back issues, so I gotta take him to the doctor. He wants to go to the emergency room and stuff. He's been to urgent care, and they haven't helped him, and he's been in like a lot of pain. So who knows? Maybe he's got a slipped disc or something. I don't know. Do some X-rays or something. See if they can help the guy out. You know, what's the point of having insurance if you don't use it? You know. So we'll see how the day goes today. You know. How long we'll have to sit at the emergency room, you know, it could be hours. But I told him I'd take him, you know, if he really wants to go. You know, what he really needs to do really is just to eat a lot better and exercise more. He's, you know, love the kid, you know, love him to death. Love both of them, you know. My stepdaughter, she had a stroke, and it kind of fucked up her life. And this the boy I got, he's got so many mental issues. It's beyond me. I mean, I don't know. You know, I used to think, you know, when he was little, he wouldn't touch paper towels for some reason. He was like very touch sensitive. It's weird. You know, it was weird types of behavior. You know. Something not clicking up there for him. I don't know. Maybe eventually he'll figure it all out. You know. Well, you know. But yeah, no, he's been in some pain for a while. Might do one out. Luckily, I brought the back up the vape. Oh, but yeah, I've been looking for. I've been working for a while now, but I have been looking for a different job. You know, do something different. You know, I've been working overnights, and I'd like to I'd do a second shift. I'd love to go back to working like, you know, 2 to 10 or 11 to 12, whatever. You know, I just sleep better that way. You know, that way you can stay up after work. You know, when I get off of work now, I get off at 5:30. You know, I'm home by 6. And then usually I'll go to bed I'll finally fall asleep around 10 o'clock, you know. So it gives me a little bit of time to decompress. But, you know, it feels better doing a second shift. I'd rather wake up in the afternoon and get ready and go to work. Because I wake up anyway. Well, now, you know, I'm up around... Now, I fall asleep around 10, and usually I'm up around 5. So, I get, you know, at least 7. You know, 10 to... Yeah, I think I have 7 hours. I think the math is right. I don't know. I went to public school, so I don't know. Let's take another look at this gorgeous scenery. Look at that. Just a gorgeous looking day. It is. But let me know in the comments, maybe we'll start my own church. Sluggo's all-encompassing church. Everyone welcome. Believe what the fuck you want to believe. And we'll all just hang out and drink and get high together. Sounds like a plan? Sounds like a plan. Well, everyone, I'm not going to make this a super long video because you don't want to hear me babbling. I got nothing really important to say. The mind is pretty much have been going for quite some time. So, but yeah, gorgeous day out today. Hopefully everyone is enjoying their day. Hopefully most people have it off. It is Sunday. It'd be nice. And getting the urge to see some old friends and stuff and sit at the bar and stuff. And wouldn't mind sitting outside having a few cocktails, some friends and shit. It'd be alright. It'd be alright. Well, I hope everyone enjoys their day. You should take care of yourselves. Enjoy life. It all could end, in minutes and seconds. You never know. You could drop dead, in the next 5 seconds. So enjoy your coffee. I do love Dunkin' Donuts coffee. It's good stuff. But I can make better. I can make better coffee myself. I can. I love hazelnut coffee. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. All right, I don't want to keep you guys, but you guys enjoy your day. I'm still here. The channel's still going. Just trying to think of stuff to post. We'll figure it all out. All right, everybody. You have a good night or a good day. You enjoy yourself. Later.